don't care what the job is. If it's creating passive income and it's creating income that pays me whether I'm asleep or awake, that's the kind of income that I want to have. Because you can't go travel the world. You can't go on vacation whenever you want. You can't stay in nice hotels if you don't have a good cash flow.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
So,
well, and here's what's interesting. You said that about passive income, and people work 40 years. They have a passive income. It's called Social Security.
Right.
And it's a joke. It's not enough to travel. And so that's why they try and fill up their 401k. So they have another passive income off their investments. And then maybe, you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Robert Kiyosaki. Well, he was a real estate guy. So his passive income came from owning rental property. So it's natural to want passive income. It's just normally, like investments or insurance or real estate, takes either a lot of money or a lot of time to build it up. Whereas owning your own business, you can do it in a shorter time period and have great residual income in 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, my life. I started making 100,000 and went to 170, then 250, then 350, then $500,000. I mean, imagine a young punk 21-year-old kid, 28 years old, making $500,000. I mean, why would people not just try this? Like, just give it a shot, just give it a try. Like, why are people so afraid to try new things? Like, who can, even if you fail, you still leave with the opportunity to gather information, right? Think about it, right? I have a financial education because I got licenses in the financial business. And so I can never lose that information. Once I have the information, it's mine to keep forever, irregardless of who I work for and what business I'm in. Nobody could ever take advantage of me when it comes to money and finance. And so, why is it that people they're just so afraid to change?
Yeah, that's really a good point. And going back to that financial education you said, one of my two boys they both went to ASU. One of them got a finance degree. And the first thing he said when he finished 4 years of university is, really, Dad, they don't teach anything about personal finance. You learn more in Primerica or in the financial business in 6 months than those guys learn in 4 years, and it doesn't cost anything. Whereas that degree is, $30,000, $40,000. But I think one of the reasons why people are afraid or they resist is they're afraid of rejection. And, if they try something new and it doesn't work out, then it makes them feel bad. And I figured out a couple of reasons, Daniel, why people are a little bit afraid of rejection. If we go back to when we were kids, and when you're a little kid, you ask for something and your parents say no. Well, you're a kid, you're going to ask again. And your parents say no a little louder. Well, you're going to ask again because you really want it. And now maybe, back in the old days, they smack you in the head. Now you probably go to timeout or, put your face in the corner, whatever. All right. But that is a bad feeling. So no created a negative result when you were a little kid. Then you became a teenager. You're a good looking guy. Maybe you got lots of dates. Ugly guys like me, what the heck, man? People get turned you down all the time. So that more rejection, right? And so we tend to associate no's with painful emotional rejection. Whereas in reality, the best way I heard this one time was, there's personal rejection, like if you ask someone out on a date and they tell you no, and then there's concept rejection. Well, if you're in a restaurant and they're pouring you a cup of coffee and you drink it and they come back and the waitress says, "Hey, you want some more coffee, Daniel?" And you go, "No, thanks." The waitress is not going to go, "Oh my God, what's the matter with my coffee? What's the matter with me? What's the matter with the rest?" They just accept it as a no. Well, it's the same thing people need to get in their mindset is if they try something new and someone says no, or it doesn't work out, you already said it, no big deal. They're learning. It's an experience they're getting. I had a very good friend of mine, Daniel, when I first started in the business, I got him in the business and we were back in Canada at that time and it was totally different. And, it was really a struggle for most people. Well, he didn't stay in the business, but he followed all the things that we teach people to get out of debt and save money and all that. Well, 3 years ago, he was dying. All right. He had lung cancer. It went away. It came back. So he knew, that it was going to be a short term. So there was 5 of us, high school buddies. We all show up for the weekend back up in Canada. We all fly in from wherever we're at. And, we're partying and having stories and, you're crying on some and you're laughing on some. And he pulled me aside. He goes, look, I really want to thank you for getting me into the financial business. And I go, why? It didn't work out. He goes, no, you don't understand. One, my house paid off, worth $500,000 or more. Two, I got enough money saved up, got the life insurance. My wife's going to be taken care of. My kids, my grandkids are taken care of. He goes, but more importantly, what I learned in that 4 or 5 months is how to deal with people. He was a mechanic the rest of his life. Never made a ton of money, but became wealthy because of us. He said, I was the shop steward. And that's in a union where that's kind of the guy that can deal with management and deal with the lower level mechanics. He goes, because of what I learned in the financial business, I was able to deal with both ends. So I had a great life because of what you did for me. That put us in tears for sure. But how powerful, like you're saying, how powerful, just give it a try. Just, put your effort into something. Even if it doesn't financially work out, you're going to get some value from it. If not an education, maybe this, like he did, a good people skill that he could use for the rest of his life.
Oh, that's powerful, Kevin. That's really, really powerful. So this COVID thing, man, I mean, it's just, cracked a lot of heads, man, over the last year. And, so tell us how it's affected you, good or bad. What do you see, where do you see this thing going? What do you see as the future of America even?
Yeah. You really want me to tell you how I feel?
I want you to tell, hey, we don't pull any punches here in Wealth on the Beach podcast, man. So you let it rip, brother.
Well, the first thing when it first hit, I said, this is a scamdemic. This is not a pandemic. It's a scamdemic. Now, yes, people died. I understand. But if you look at the statistics, most of them that died had some other challenges that maybe if they got a bad flu would have caused death anyway. I don't know for sure. But the second thing was, they started doing all this shutdowns and these mandates. Well, I said this to you earlier. We opted out of COVID. We just texted stop. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play the game. And, so we lived our life the same as we always had. We've traveled all over the country, all over the world this year. The thing that ticked me off the most, two trips, and I've had them planned 2 other times. I was supposed to be in Machu Picchu in May. That got canceled. So I got it booked again this April. And I was supposed to be in Thailand for a month. That got canceled. So we booked it again, and then the airline went out of business. So now we got to book it again. So, but other than that, I mean, we never slowed down. We just did everything we need to. Now the value, of course, this Zoom, like us doing a Zoom and a podcast, there was ways to see people faster without driving over across town. But this is what I found out. I know California traffic is way worse than Arizona, but literally I can drive from one end of the city to another, which is 70 miles. I can do that in an hour now. Whereas in California, it used to be an hour to go 5 minutes, 5 miles, I mean. So there's hardly any traffic. There's really no rush hour still. I love that.
And so, one of the things I learned through this whole thing, and I agree 100%, scamdemic for sure, completely political, right? I mean, this is a political move. And it was on the part of the Democrats, man, they're smart suckers, man. I mean, they got everybody scared, shut everything down, riots and all, man, and scared the pants out of everybody. And of course, you're not going to elect a president, reelect a president that the economy's down, people are out of work, people, and again, there's another topic of, was there funny business at the end? I still think there probably was, but the point is that for our business though, what I've learned most, it was just a reinforcement of what I already knew, is that we're not an economy driven business.
Yeah.
So what I was so excited about and what I realized after all said and done is that, incomes were up, production was up. So while people were devastated, lost everything, we're talking wiped out.
Yep.
Our businesses continued to thrive. And I hope the people that are listening and you're like, well, I'm thinking about opening up a car wash, or I think I'm opening up, I want to do some kind of business. The reason why you want to really look at financial services as a legitimate way to make money and build long-term wealth is because we're not economy driven. I mean, me and you, we went through this 2001 stock market crash, right? We came out, flying, you know what I mean? It was unbelievable. I mean, those were some of the best years of our careers, actually, in those years. And then you look at the mortgage crisis of 2008, 2009. I mean that just continued to fly.
Yep.
And then we go through this pandemic and stock market crash last year. And you go and look at all our clients. We told our clients, hey, look, just hang tough. Just let's get through the mess. Don't worry. Let's, a lot of our clients' money it's protected anyways.
Right.
So you go, all right, you're good. You don't have to worry about nothing. It goes down 30% and then it skyrockets up past wherever they were even before they started. So like, what does all that mean to you, man?
Well, first of all, let's go back to that COVID thing. I realized right away that the powers, if you want to call them the powers to be, can control the world. I mean, this is a world issue. And I have I don't know why or what all the theories are behind this, but here's what I'm seeing. I texted the travel agent that we had in Thailand, and she said, Thailand's going broke. There's going to be multiple countries around the world declare bankruptcy, because everything's shut down. And so if you can shut the world down, you can control people. Fear controls people. So if you tell a person you must wear a mask, then and they're afraid because they're going to die, well, they're going to follow whatever you tell them. And the media is the number one portrayer of the fear because they make money off that. Don't turn that channel. Wait till we come back. See how many are dead today. So, and you said it's political. I guess CNN now stopped putting the death count now that the election's over. And there was more people died the day Biden was inaugurated than any other day in the COVID history. So, but they're not putting that on anymore. But let's go back to the financial business. Fear causes people to do things that will, I guess, if you want, benefit them in a way. So the fear of dying, the life insurance business went crazy. When the stock market dropped, anybody that had any savvy said, man, this is the time to get in. Okay. Everything's on sale, 30% off today. So they got in. So the investment market has done well. People got their stimulus checks. They're unemployed. They're getting big unemployment checks and stimulus. They're day traders. They're putting money in the market. They got nothing else to do but try and, be a day trader. The other parts of insurance, like car insurance, no matter what happens, people are looking to save money so they can, buy food if that's the case. So we have a good potential there. Debt elimination plans. People are racking up debt because they're out of work and, the COVID thing. So all of those things are related to the financial business, which has caused, our business, my business is up almost 52% since last year, not only in production and cash flow too, which is great. And that's year over year. Well, this year is probably going to be as good or better. I'm excited.
Thank you for watching our short clips on Alonzo Academy. If you'd like to watch the next short clip, click here. If you'd like to watch the entire podcast, click here.